Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Player's Perspective, the interview series where I talk to fellow YouTubers and get to know them a little better. My guest today is a lady who has a passion for reviewing films, while keeping a keen eye on the industry and showing some aspects of her own life as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Adelle Drover of Roll Credits. Adelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for having me. That was a nice little intro. I liked it.
So you're a film critic on YouTube where you review the latest films. You do top 5 lists, vlogs. You also review TV series like Penny Dreadful, and you stated that one of the films that wanted you to that you want to start review that got you into reviewing films was the Lars von Trier film Nymphomaniac, and it's a depiction of female characters. So how was that your primary inspiration for starting your channel?
Yeah, it was actually. There were a few things going on at the time which sort of influenced me to start the channel. And the main one probably was that I was living overseas in Los Angeles. I had been there for, nearly 2 years and had just finished a very high stress kind of full-time job. And I came out of this job and was not working and didn't really have any friends in this city by myself. And yeah, I was seeing a lot of movies, as I've always do. And this particular movie just really caught my attention, especially because has a female protagonist and deals with some really highly like controversial themes. And yeah, I went online after seeing the movie. I wanted to see what other people were saying about this particular film. And specifically, I wanted to see what other women had to say about a film like this, if they were offended by it, if they thought it was too much, if it was, boundary pushing, if they thought that it was pro-feminism, anti-feminism. And yeah, I couldn't really see any female voices talking about this specific film. And I thought I'd chime in.
I think a lot of his films very much have what I call the "Oh Lars" ending, where something happens and it's sort of like a commentary on state of the human condition, and it's like even if the character has been following a particular path, they'll suddenly take a left turn at the last second, and it's like, oh, Lars.
Oh, Lars.
Yeah.
He's just trying to always play that devil's advocate, and you'll be following one story, and just when you think you know what this person's thinking, the inner workings of their mind, he'll just deviate completely and throw a curveball in there just to get you thinking.
Yeah. The only film I can think of his that kind of followed, we knew where it was going, was probably Melancholia.
That's right. That's right.
As you see, the end of the film, actually, it begins at the end of the film and then it works backwards.
Yeah, I thought that was a really, really interesting movie. I really enjoyed it. I don't know, it's not a movie I'd want to revisit and rewatch a lot of times, but I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Unusual.
So you mentioned that you're now back in Australia, but you were moved out to Los Angeles. You have a background in film and television production. So how did you manage to get out to the place where the film industry is its biggest?
Yeah. Well, I went to film school in Melbourne and got to write and direct my own, short films, and really got a real feel for the industry. And the film industry in Australia is, it's only independent film that we make here, and there's not a lot of government funding. It's very restricted when it comes to getting your own projects up and running and off the ground. And I thought that I wasn't ready to step into the industry here in Australia. So yeah, I thought, why not see what Hollywood's up to and see how they do it over there. So I took a 2-year work visa over there, and found a job working for a producer. And yeah, that was really fun. It was a really interesting experience.
Yeah, it's interesting that community. It seems it's seemingly as though everyone's involved in filmmaking in some capacity, which you wouldn't find that community anywhere else. You'd find pockets of it, but in other
Right.
countries, but you wouldn't find such a sprawling entity there.
Right, right. Yes, it is. It's just the most densely concentrated, group of the industry there in Hollywood. Everybody there, they're working in the industry in all sorts of capacities, and so many actors and actresses all there trying to, follow their dreams and find a place there in it.
Mm. So you're now back. You're in Australia. So how does it feel to come back home after a 2 year sojourn?
Yeah, yeah. It's nice to be back. It really is. So, I'm from Melbourne originally, and after LA, I was finishing up my visa there and found a job back here in Sydney. So I moved straight to Sydney. So I haven't been able to go back to my hometown, Melbourne, yet and say hello to everybody there, all my, friends and family and my bunny rabbit at home. But hopefully I can go back in the next couple of months. Yeah, but it's nice to be back, in Australia. Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, I haven't been to Australia. I have flown over Australia. You have a nice desert.
We have a huge desert. It takes up most of the country. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, you should come visit. There's amazing
yeah,
beaches and it's an amazing country.
yeah. I've been to New Zealand, so I have to go to Australia.
Oh, New Zealand is beautiful.
Mm.
I do love New Zealand. No.
So, what sort of what sort of aspirations do you have in the future? I mean, is it something of your channel you'd like to, grow into something much larger than it is, or is it just a hobby for you? I mean, what sort of things would you like to do for it?
Ooh, a good question. Well, I from the beginning, it started as a hobby, of course. It started as a way to sort of reach out and get in touch with other film makers, film appreciators, and people talking about movies from the blockbusters to the more obscure indies and foreign films that, nobody in my social circle that I speak to regularly have seen. So in a way, reaching out on the internet was the only way to speak directly with other people who had seen some of the same movies that I had seen. And it's grown now quite a bit, which has been really, amazing. And I've loved, staying with it as it's been growing. Now I'm finding I'm going into this new full-time job. I've been at the new job in Sydney for about 2 weeks now, and trying to find a schedule and not trying to stay focused with the channel and not let it drop is going to be a big challenge coming up. But I would like to stick with it. I mean, it's not something I'm going to give up easily because it's so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Adele, I'm gonna ask you a question now that I ask everyone that comes on here, and that is, if a games developer were to come up to you and say, Adele, you can create whatever video game you would like, what would it be and why?
Oh no, you threw me a video game question. Oh, see, any if they would give me money for any video game, is that right?
Yeah, what would you
Oh, to
create?
create something.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, one of my favorites is the PlayStation game Kingdom Hearts, which I loved playing in high school. And I mean, I think they redid that. They did sort of sequels and follow-ups to that, but I would want to have something like that, but with a female main character. Um, yeah, good question. Ooh, see, now that's the kind of question where I've just given you an answer, but tonight I'm going to go to sleep and wake up like halfway through the night and come up with like a much better answer and wish that I had said that.
You'll email me your answer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, oh, can we just record this question again? I've got a really good answer.
So, Adele, what do you have to say to all of your fans who've followed you from the start and have seen you grow? What do you have to say to all of them?
Oh, to all my fans. So I still don't really, fans is such an interesting term.
Or those who have,
It's
or like followers.
yeah, always people who have followed me and stayed with the channel as it's been growing. My favorite thing is interacting and just having this open discussion with everybody. And it's just been so amazing to see. Oh, it's such a difficult thing to ask. It's been a really incredible experience for me and being able to connect with so many people, all with different opinions, because people see, you know, a whole group of people can all watch the same movie and come away with the most different and unusual experiences. And something that I might think of, somebody else will think completely different. And some of the most interesting discussions that I've had on my channel have been from opposing points of views where people have completely disagreed with what I've said, yet we've had to been able to have these really interesting, in-depth conversations that just go on and on and on. And that has just been a real pleasure. So, yeah, it's been the best part about it.
Well, I hope it continues to grow for you.
Thank you. I hope so too.
So, Adele, whereabouts can we find you on the internet?
So, you can find me at youtube.com/ hello roll credits. That is my YouTube channel. And I am also on Twitter. You can find me at twitter.com/ Adelle Drover.
Well, Adele, I will put all of the those links in the description below this video if people would like to check those out.
That would be awesome. Cool. Thank you so much, Patrick, and thanks for having